Remind me to kick this pig. That's kind of thing. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another chat. Again, we are done with Chain Smoke Your Problems Away, and today I'm talking to my buddy Michele Packard, who voices Gladewine in the novels and is also a writer herself. She's got several thriller novels out that I totally suggest you read in the Maddi Baker series, and then she got some interesting things coming down the pipeline that I've been privy to, be able to read beforehand, because that's how author friends work. But
well, yeah. You're doing reading, you're doing the cover.
Yeah, shit, I meant to talk to you about that. I've been a little busy. I will finish it or redo the friggin' thing here shortly.
That's all right. Week, maybe. That's all right.
It's a busy week.
A lot of chats. It's good.
Yeah, but what is it? Somebody else in their lines, their character had to use the term "let's kick this pig," and they got hung up on it. Like, they're also not an American. And they were like, what the hell does this even mean? And so it made me think, what the hell does this even mean? Because, like, I've always assumed that it was like, maybe it came from, like bikers, and, you have to like kickstart a motorcycle back in the day, and you call, Harley's hogs. That had something to do with it. So I'm going to take the deep dive, and that's from like late 1800s football, back when the footballs were still pig skins instead of like rubber or whatever.
Yeah.
And that's hey, let's start the game.
Oh, I thought you were starting it because I have a problem with peas.
No, I don't have a problem with peas, Michele. Nor do I have a problem with Irish wristwatches.
I can't say it. Irish. I can't do it. Irish wristwatch.
No. Just say it fast, slow together.
I don't know if I should be doing voiceovers.
Well, I mean, I'm enjoying it.
It's a good thing on the. It's a good thing on the mom in the book. So
yeah.
In the series.
Yeah, and Gladewine's like the. Well, it's funny though, because she starts off as like Hank's smoking buddy, like on the smoke bag, just fucking complaining about work, and then she transitions into being Thatch's ma. So,
yeah,
I mean, dynamic character, and it's fun that she's around. So,
it is.
Gives crossover to like the original trilogy, and then what's happening next after that.
Yes, and I've got to be careful not to do any spoilers, because I have a tendency to go, oh yeah, what about this?
Yeah, when the lizard people show up, it gets real confusing.
So
yeah, but fun times.
Yep.
Yeah,
I hope. So you're on number 5 now, right?
The 5th one's on Audible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just not YouTube. YouTube we're up to 4, and then I just got done editing chapter, I think, 7 of book 6, so we're moving along.
There you go. You got all your voice actors that you need?
Oh yeah, no, I already got all the lines and everything for 7, so I'm powering through that. I am probably gonna start looking for stuff for the books 7, 8, and 9, probably in a month or 2. Yeah, that way by the time I'm done with 6, I'll have everybody's stuff together and can just from there.
Not to make assumptions, but I assume I'm in the later books.
Yeah. And we'll get there when we get there.
That'll be pretty awkward if you don't ask me.
No. Yeah.
Nice knowing you.
Yeah. No, absolutely. But it's been fun because, like, when I'm editing it, it's like, oh, look, I get to hang out with all my friends who keep saying the same thing over and over again. But it's still my friends I get to hang out with while I'm putting these together.
Yeah. Well, that's really the success of the whole series.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say that it's fantasy, sci-fi, military, but really it's a camaraderie of everybody.
Yeah, it's about a group of. Is there a word for that? Is that a type of literary fiction?
I don't know, because it's every genre.
Yeah.
I mean, who are we kidding? You got a love story there.
Yeah, I should just start marking them all as romance.
Hey, you know what? You should.
I don't know what I would do for the 4th book though, just because of the relationship between Thatch and Samum. It's like, all right, so is this romance or
Well,
is there a
sure it
is there a subgenre of this? Is this anti-romance? Is this
No,
hatred romance?
well, yeah. You mean this bad boy that I carried all through Italy? Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be fun. Oh, look, I'll just get a little book to read on the plane. I brought a brick.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it looked like you
Um,
had a good time there, though.
oh, I did. I did. Enjoyed the book too. Of course, I had to read parts of it like this.
No, don't know that. Well, I mean, other people just brazenly read romance novels just out in the open.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Right? You ever been on an airplane where you see the person beside you and you're kind of like, are you going to do that with that? You know how you did that at the beginning, where you did the audio and then you also did the video that kind of mirrored it.
I have plans for that. I haven't really talked about it too much, but I'm re-editing the first 3 books. I'm in the like about a quarter of the way through the first one, but it's taking a while because I am also doing the animation and all that shit for it too. And
Yeah.
that's gonna be a while before that ever hits YouTube. Like I'm gonna at least have the first book done before I even start issuing that out. But that is a plan for the future. That a plan that is in motion.
Well, that's good. I
Current
like that.
project. Yeah.
I like that. That was good. Now you're gonna have to be creative in some of your edits on that. I assume.
Yeah, because you can't
Send
put
them
that shit
to
on YouTube.
He tapped that shit.
Well, that's a funny thing though. So, I kind of have 2 thoughts on this one. The first one is the church down the road had a book sale and it was all fucking romance books they were selling, right? And my wife was reading them and got really mad at one because it was a romance book, but there was no sex in it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, you up there reading porno? And she's like, yeah, I guess technically I am. Which then brought me to the next thing because, if pornography is a sin, why are you selling it at the bookstore, book
So
sale at the,
that they can pray
church?
for him. They know who to pray for.
Mhm.
Oh, look at Susie Lynn. Look what book she took.
Well, it was a cool looking book though. It was I think it was from the 80s, but it had like a I mean the size was nice and it had a really awesome cover. And it was like one of those older like it was before the Fabio romance books, where they
Yeah,
had Fabio on the front, but it was still kind of
yeah,
in that style, except for the image was like, painted and it was, like pirates and shit, swinging their swords around.
yeah.
But apparently they didn't swing their swords around in the book,
They-
if you know what I mean. They weren't exactly pulling the ropes and climbing the mast,
well,
spreading the
needless,
waters.
needless to say, they'd have a hard time putting it on some of these channels too.
Yeah, apparently in that book
You
there
might get
wasn't a hard time.
frowned upon, a little blocked. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, no, but yeah, that is a thing with the audio book chapters that like on YouTube because it's like, hey, this can't go on YouTube, so it's like, stop. Hey guys, it's me. You have to go to Audible or Patreon or something to listen to this, or just buy the book. Sorry, YouTube does not like that this exists. Apparently, it's too sexually graphic.
But you know what? But you know what's interesting about that? Because you could put on YouTube, you could put in, Sleeping Beauty, and it could be some porn type thing versus the movie Sleeping Beauty or whatever. You know what I mean? So
Or
there's got
like
to be.
ISIS recruitment videos.
Well, yeah, there you go.
I don't know. I don't get it, but
Are you gonna do 13 short stories
at
as an
some point,
Audible?
whenever we get to it, I figure I'll do all the books that I write like that because why not?
Yeah.
I mean that and like most audiobooks are boring as shit because it's like I'm me and I'm going to read you this story and I'm going to do it just like this the entire time for the next 9 hours. I hope you enjoy this novel. Chapter 1.
Irish wristwatch. You know what the best part of your videos are?
What's
Well,
up?
I mean, of course, I love the books and I love the series and I read them all, read them all. It's the bloopers at the end.
Yeah,
Those are hysterical.
they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I started doing that in the actual audiobook on Audible too, because like how you have like the post credits, like, hey, thank you, fucking whoever
Yeah.
for I started putting like not all of them, but it's like here's 20 minutes of these the last chapter. kind of to pad the end a little bit.
Yeah.
But, you know.
No, those are fun.
Yeah.
So I usually go to those first, only because I know the story, and then I'll go back and.
Right.
Now it is problematic because where I live, where you have your mountains right over there.
Mhm.
So I lose signal. Yeah.
Even in your house, or you out
Yeah.
there watching it
Well,
on your phone, like.
no, no, because I used to do it like when I was walking,
Oh,
listening to
okay.
it, and now I can't do it while I'm walking. I have to do it while I'm just, sitting here in the office.
I have trouble believing that just because I've seen your Instagram and half the year there's 13 feet of fucking snow on the ground. So like, are you out there and like with the like tennis racket snowshoes?
No, no, it's great. The snow goes away really quick here.
Okay.
It might dump, but then the next day it's pretty much gone.
Well, I mean, I
And if
hope
it,
you enjoyed it because you're not getting it anymore.
yeah, no, no. Uh, Moving to the other state that starts with a T. Not. I know how you like to talk about Texas.
Mm,
Not
yeah.
moving there. Uh,
You,
so
you ever plan on going home, or are you exile now, or does Texas like excommunicate you when you leave? Are you a Texan apostate?
no, you know what? We love Texas, except for the 110 degrees.
Yeah.
So I figured out that this is my 22nd move.
Damn.
I
Ever or
know.
since like you're an adult?
No, ever.
Okay.
So I think there was 7 when I was my dad was in the military.
As
Uh,
one does.
a lot when I went to college.
Yeah.
And after that, is really when I moved because, you'd go wherever your friends were, and we didn't care
Right.
if it was a 45-minute commute or something, and to get to work, and so I'd be bopped around a lot then.
Yeah, it
And
was
then,
funny. Speaking of like a 45-minute commute, I was talking to Diane the other day and she said she flew from London to Luxembourg or whatever. And I was thinking about that and I was like, I would just drive that. Like
well,
like that, because like point A to point B on that's what, 400 or 500 miles. By the time just sat at the airport waiting for the fucking plane, I'd be halfway there if I was driving.
well, you know why? Because where you live, I try to send you a little Uber Eats, alcohol. They don't do it.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I personally live way out in the fucking sticks.
yeah. So then I started looking at other, sites that would deliver
Mhm.
alcohol in a timely manner. It wasn't happening, and I was like, okay, I missed the boat on this one this time. And then next
No,
time I'll just next time I'll just ship it. So you know what? For you, does probably make sense because it takes you a couple hours to get to the airport. I heard your conversation,
yeah.
and then you have to, yeah. So if it's 5 hours, you might as well drive.
Yeah, and like my rule on that is like wherever I'm going is east of the Mississippi River. Yeah, I'm driving. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, because like I got family in Florida, and that's a 13-hour drive, right?
yeah.
But
How often do you see them?
it used to be at least once a year, but I haven't been there in 5 years now. I'm trying to go back for Christmas this year,
Yeah,
so you haven't been since before COVID, or like right before COVID.
yeah. Now, that
So
changed a lot of our travel patterns.
yeah, but it'd be like it is.
That'd be what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so what new conspiracies are we working on? I I heard a little bit about yours. Sorry about that. Joking around about the flat Earth. What a
Oh well,
pickle.
I mean, it is. I don't know if I've dove into any like new ones recently. All the ones that have popped up. Like I was really disappointed with the JFK files that got released. Like,
What do you mean the redacted turn still?
well, I mean, a lot of it wasn't redacted, but like there was no like real useful, fun
There is no.
information in
Listen,
there. It was and like we're
we
never
haven't
gonna get anything like that.
we're not going to. Same with
No,
Epstein. We're not gonna see it.
no,
Um,
that shit got burnt.
no, and where she burned herself on that Bondi was promising that she's seen it and it's horrendous and had the little notebooks going out and then nothing.
Yeah,
So
yeah. If it's really that valuable, fucking leak that shit.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So
But like a lot of that stuff, though, I don't think anything's written down. Or like if it was, like when the FBI raided whatever island he was on, they fucking just burnt it.
well, hell, she's been in prison for how many years now?
Yeah, you think they'd charge somebody with that by now?
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see if she mysteriously, dies from a heart attack.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she hasn't yet.
She can't do. They can't hang her. That'd be too obvious.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
So do your readers know that you put Hitler in every book?
Spoilers, Michelle.
Sorry. I told you I'm terrible at this.
No, but that is
For the
funny
record,
because
I do too.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny because
trip.
yeah, no, it's funny because we got our writers group, and it's like what you, me, Damian Larkin, and Tam Drutter Jackson, and you and I both write about somewhat, well, to some degree or other, conspiratorial shit, and then Damian writes about Nazis on the moon, and then Tam's over there writing Celtic and like football romance novels, and it's like, come on, man, slide the mustache in, and it doesn't even have to be too hard. Just say that someone has a favorite Austrian painter.
Something. Listen, I know what a quitter she is.
Yeah. Or somebody goes to the library and looks for a book written by their favorite Austrian author. Like, come on.
There you go. Okay, so since I did a little spoiler on that, is there any other Easter eggs that you would think that people would pick up on that they have or haven't?
It's kind of funny that some people will talk to me and say, that's suspicious. I wonder what that's about. And then, 4 books later, it happens. But then there's a lot of people that are like, whoa, where was the foreshadowing for this? And it's like, it's right here. Like, no spoilers for anything coming up. But in Smoke It Fairy Tales 2, when Hank's talking to Penelope on the phone and she says that she's pregnant, she's thinking about naming her kid either Mary Reed or Edward Thatch. And that's for reasons that somebody has to fucking read a book to figure out why that is. But I know that we're not there yet. But I told you the entire plot for Smoke It Fairy Tale 6 and Smoke It Fairy
2.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, 2 was a tearjerker for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was also just nonstop, like hellish what the fuckery the entire time.
It was. And you got to the point and then you're like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah. Fuckers out there.
Well done.
Thank you. But
yeah. How are the war chests doing?
They're doing all right. Could be better, but I could be more famous. I still haven't gotten one in every state though, but
those losers.
Yeah, from what I understand, there's more cows in Montana than there are people, so I gotta start marketing to cows. That is true. Somehow.
That is true.
Not try to get to them. I don't know any of them that have phones.
Hey, whatever happened with the oh God, I'm drawing a blank on the guy's name. Actor that commented on your post. I'm gonna have to think about it.
What actor?
It was a famous actor.
Oh, fucking Johnny Rico?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing. He just commented on one of my posts. That was really all that was.
I'll send him a word test.
Someone already did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he got it, but it was sent.
That ungrateful. He should at least say thank you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I couldn't send it straight to him. I just sent it to his agent. So, maybe it's sitting on a desk somewhere, just waiting to go.
Oh, his agent's probably, keeping it.
Yeah, right. Not now, bitch. Mother.
Yeah, he's not doing it. Okay, what are you doing with Space Gator lately?
I don't know. He was in something not too long ago, but he's kind of been hiding recently.
I know. It's such a shame.
Yeah, I also have not been making a lot of TikToks, so that's probably part of it. He comes up more when I'm more vocal with the camera.
What's up with TikTok for you? What's up with TikTok for you?
I just haven't opened it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not a huge fan of any of these social media apps, but I'm trying to talk about my books, so I kind of have to. And TikTok's like not a priority, and it sucks because like I treat Instagram as my priority on this, even though Instagram does fucking nothing for me. It
It
just
does
happens.
nothing.
No, it's garbage. It just happens to be where people I actually talk to hang out at.
Yeah.
So, like, while I have a lot bigger of a following on TikTok, I don't really give a shit about anybody there. And if I do, excuse me, give a shit about them there, I'd go follow them on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then Facebook is also pointless.
Well, I
is
think the algorithm. This is only my first one, I promise.
Irish wrist watch.
Hold on. Irish wrist watch. Oh yeah, no, you give me those words, or for some reason I got those words where I'm like, how do you pronounce this? And I'm doing it on Google. And I'm like, it's not gonna happen.
Well, it's funny because every once in a while there'd be some like tongue twister sentence in there, and you'd send me the lines, and like the first line you'd have it right, and then like the second line like you'd stumble and then get mad and say it 14 times wrong, and like you're swearing and shit. And it's like you had it right the first time. Why are you doing this to yourself?
I swear I feel like I sound like something else, and when I hear it, I'm like, who is that?
Well, I mean, that's a natural phenomenon.
What did she just mumble?
I mean, that's a natural phenomenon.
Right.
You hear, your own voice resonating in your head. Vice, it's just coming out of the thing. I was talking to somebody else about this, but like in my head, when I talk, I sound like a fucking like Japanese girl cartoon fucking character, like and then when I hear myself, I'm like, okay, all right, I don't sound like that in real life. We're good.
No, you don't. Of course, I hear your books in your voice. So I read them. I read them in your voice.
I was about to say I narrate, the first three, so you should.
But I mean, even the other, well, I think this is the other beauty about your series. Just because of everybody you've gotten together, and I mean, I hope you do some huge live stream event with everybody on. I don't know if you can, but I think that'd be hilarious to have all the characters, everybody could see them.
I would like to do something like that. I think I can have like 10 or 15 people on here with the plan I'm on now. But
yeah,
my problem with that is I've done them in the past where I've had multiple people on, and if you get more than 3 fucking people, like
it's too much.
It's fucking too much, and everybody else, it becomes a conversation between 2 or 3 people, and everybody else is just kind of like, are these people still fucking talking? What the hell?
Well, I was gonna say, so here's the other part that's great about your series, because you have the voice actors, that for me personally, I follow them now too, because they're friends of yours, they're friends of mine,
Yeah, a little community.
But it is, and even your wife and your dogs, they're just, we all feel protective of each other. We all follow, we're starting to follow each other, and just have your own little smoke pit community. So
yeah, it's fun getting together on that. It's fun that like we all didn't stay just like, okay, everyone here is just Trip's friend. Now it's like, hey, we all slowly but surely coming together on it. Yeah. Although that got me thinking, I don't think that I'm married to my wife on Facebook.
I don't do Facebook.
Yeah, but like there's a thing.
You know why? Because when it came out, but when it came out, it was hey, connect with your high school friends, and I thought, I don't want to connect with them. And I thought, if I do, I know how to get a hold of them.
Yeah. And then like on anything, there's all the, you should be friends with these people suggestions. And it's like, if I wanted to be friends with those people, I would be.
I connect. Yeah. There's a reason why I haven't. Not that I remember a lot of those days, but yeah. Okay.
I mean, it sounds like you had fun.
Oh, I did. It was the 80s. A lot of fun. So, I think so.
Yeah. I have a big time period of my life where I don't remember it, but the pictures look like I had fun. So that's what we're going to count.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So I'm doing that now where, just packing up and doing stuff. And you're like, what do I keep and what do I trash?
Right.
And you see all those pictures now. You're like, what do you do with them? Do you keep lugging these around? You're never going to look at them again? Or do you, or do you have a farewell burn party?
Why wouldn't you look at them again?
I don't know. I've been carrying them around for how many years? I haven't looked at them.
You don't have
I
like a
actually,
book, you like put them in a photo album, put them on a bookshelf?
um, well, but even those, I mean, think about it. So you saw my wall. You're like, hey, where's
Hmm.
all your pictures? So you have to take them down.
Yeah.
So once you take them down, then you start thinking, do I put these back up? Wherever I go. And then I have literally, containers in our basement with just, old pictures, that are framed or not framed, or even the albums.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's kind of sad. You don't look at them. I have a whole box in the other room of letters that friends wrote because back then,
Yeah.
that's how we communicated. um, so letters from probably from when I was 8 years old till probably about when I was probably a senior in high school. Remember, we passed letters all the time, you
Yeah.
know, notes in class and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, how many of these am I going to read? I mean, it's a huge box. Do I keep these or do I just go, well, I had the memory, you know?
I don't know. I mean,
Well,
I've got a bunch of letters in a box, but like, when you're in Afghanistan or on deployment, that's the only way fucking people communicate with you half the time. So like that was good for having that. But also one of the things that I've been thinking about doing recently, and I haven't figured out quite where to do it yet. Um, but like, all of our photos now are digital and I got them saved on a computer somewhere, but it's like I should probably like go year by year and
and try to,
like print off like in a like have a book made and sent to my house where it's like, all right, this is all the photos from 2000 whatever, 2008, 9, 10, whatever, just like in individual volumes and keep those as a form of I don't know.
memories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think of it though, like friggin' uh while they might not be interested now, like your kids might want those one day,
Um, yeah, they'll laugh because, they used to come home and, they bring all the artwork. I was like, keep or toss. And they're, they're like, I'm like, keep or toss. And if they said, keep, then we put it in, a bin. So our son finally got his first house, and I gave him this huge bin. I'm like, here you go. And he goes, what's
Yours
this? I'm
now.
like, yeah, that's what I said. You keep or toss. That's what we kept. I don't need it. Here you go. And guess what it's going to do? It's going to sit probably in his house in the garage or basement. It's kind of like me, where we have all these bins of stuff.
I thought that conversation was going to go somewhere else. Yeah, this whole photo album of me from the 80s, my hair used to come out to here. Like,
Oh, I did.
I'd get out of the shower and it would touch my ankles, but by the time I teased it up, it barely touched my shoulders.
Hey, listen, I had one of those bad, bad perms. I mean, I looked like Bozo. It was not pretty. Um, and I was a little stumpy gal too, because I was a swimmer.
Yeah.
Um,
You
it
should
was
put those on
not in.
Instagram.
No, I mean, now listen, yeah, I burned those photos. I'm pretty sure of that. So, and my hair was, from swimming was blonde with,
Hmm.
the green streak and,
Back when that chlorine would really fucking get you.
oh yeah, yeah. It was not pretty. I'll tell you that. So, okay, let's talk about my newest conspiracy of AI.
What's
What are your
that?
thoughts? What are your thoughts on it?
I think that like AI in general,
Yeah.
I think that it's just the new tool, and you should either learn how to use it or be like the old dude that doesn't know how to fucking use a PDF. I'm scared of the
Yeah.
computer. You won't fucking learn how to use it, man. Like
Well,
that's my thought on
I
it.
definitely think people need to use it. But I think it's just going to dumb us down even more. You know?
You know, people say that, but I think for that to be valid, there would have to be smart people now, and there's not. Oh, it's gonna make us stupider, bro. Look outside. Go to fucking Walmart for 5
there,
fucking minutes.
there wasn't far for you to go, buddy.
No, I forget who it was, but there's that meme that floats around every once in a while where that dude has that quote, and it's like, the end times are near. None of the kids listen to their parents. Everyone's debaucherous. No one, respects tradition or authority, and everyone's writing a fucking book. And then it's by some dude in like 40 BC, and it's like, okay, all right, cool. We've always been the
Yeah,
old
we've
man
always been
yelling at
this
the
way.
clouds. Yeah.
Yeah, for every generation thinks that this is the end.
Yeah.
No, you lived through polio, you lived through World War II, you lived through whatever. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that AI is going to Skynet us. Um, excuse me. It might get really fucking good with, like, how do I want to say this? So you know how there's like subscription boxes you can get where it's like I'm going to pay this company $50 every month. They're going to send me a box of goodie type shit.
yeah.
I think that the algorithm that listens to you is going to get really good at that.
Oh,
Like to where like you don't even like really engage with it. You just kind of like sign up for it and they send you whatever based off of whatever they're spying on you for.
yeah.
Um,
But don't
but
you
I
think it already is doing that? Like, I mean, I haven't done anything in terms of Googled anything about moving or anything like that. But sure enough, I'm getting ads popping to me now about,
yeah.
hey, movers, 10%.
Yeah, and it does listen to you, and I've tested that out a few times. Like recently, um, I was talking to my wife, and it came to me that I had never seen an ad for a microwave ever. I don't know if anybody else has. I had not.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I brought that up, and then me and my wife just put our
Great.
phones on the table and talked about how shitty our microwave was. I'll wink, wink, nudge, nudge for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I'm getting microwave ads. And it's like, okay, all
Well,
right, cool. So it does listen to you. And there
well,
was these people
listen.
that are like, it doesn't listen to you. It's just a really good
Yeah, it does.
algorithm and it blah, 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 whatever. It's like, oh, cool. I didn't Google this. I haven't been in the microwave fucking section
Yeah.
at a store. It's listening. There's no other explanation than it's listening.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely listening. And you know what, Trip? Knowing some of your conversations, I can only imagine some of the stuff that pops up.
I don't even remember what the hell it was. There was something when I was, and I don't know why this is. And if someone can explain what the link between these two is, I'd fucking love to hear it. But when I was writing one of my books, I spent a lot of time researching the Fourth Reich that was set up in South America, after World War III, where all the Nazis fled Europe and went down and lived there. And that was like the only thing I was Googling for a week or two, right?
Yeah.
And a couple days into that, I kept getting ads for single men's gay cruises. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, what the fuck did I Google? Like, I'm trying to look up like fucking neo-Nazi shit for a book, an essay.
For a book.
And I'm
Wink,
getting
wink.
like ads for like what's the 2 and 2 there? Like, is that like a hey, you're turning into a Nazi? We don't want you to become like some like alt-right nutbag. Maybe go be gay on a cruise and you won't, want to like that's the only thing I can rationalize.
Well, it's a good thing now we know what we can get on the cruise.
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
well, there was something, I think it was in your 13 Stories book. It was some sexual position or something. And I thought, what is this? So I went to go, look it up. And I thought,
Yeah.
oh, crap, private browser, private browser.
Yeah, it
And I
would
was
have
like,
been. Yeah, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal if you didn't do it at church.
when it pops up. Oh,
Full
my
sound.
bad. Sorry.
Oh no!
Hail Mary.
Some kid walking down the street pulls his mom's like, "Mom, what's bukkake?" Terrible, terrible.
Well, well, I think AI is going to be interesting. Um, I really do.
Yeah.
Um,
Where do you think it's gonna where it's gonna take us, or where
well,
it's gonna drag us?
so I actually just finished a book and it's pretty interesting. It's called The Silent Thread. I can't remember the last guy's last name, Robert something. And it basically said, just how like your phone's listening,
Mhm.
that your phone or AI can mimic your responses in terms of actually making phone calls and having conversations. And you really start, and now you know how like Google Pictures, how you can take somebody out of the picture or the train track or the
Yeah.
noise or whatever. It's changing your memories of something. And because, like you said, because we're so stupid,
Yeah.
then you start believing that's really what happened. And now you're having, so in this book, you know, now you're having this conversation with somebody that's not your mother or not whatever. And, you know, it kind of plays into kind of like uh, that Will Smith movie with, you know, iRobot that, you know, they
Mm.
start taking over, you know, they have
Yeah.
their own nefarious intentions.
There's a good argument against that though, using that movie specifically, where somebody edited it to where it was Will Smith talking to that robot, and you know the robot's like, "What is wrong with making AI art?" And then Will Smith's like, "It can't. It's only stealing things. It can't, you know, create anything on its own. It can't even, you know, make hands correctly." And then the robot says, "Can you draw hands correctly?" And it goes back and like it's that Will Smith picture, but he's got a bunch of extra fucking AI fingers.
I do think it's fascinating, some of those movies, you think about it, that
Mhm.
um, they depict stuff that's happened, you know, 20 years later, 30 years later. Remember Minority Report came out and we thought it was so cool because you had the screen up here
Yeah.
and, you know, yeah, now you can do that, you know, self-driving cars. Um,
Yeah. My favorite ones though is like when you're watching an older movie and they're talking about, you know, the distant future, and the distant future is a couple decades ago. And I love narrating those when they come out, where it's like in the distant future of 1986. And it's like, oh, this is gonna be good. I mean, because like a lot of those, like, you know, the classic movies that are in the future, we've already passed the time for, right? Like,
oh,
shit, now I'm drawing a blank, but like fucking like Blade Runner was supposed to be a couple years ago. Um, did you ever see Logan's Run?
with Hugh Jackman.
No. Damn, who the hell was in that? No, it's an
Hold
old
on,
movie. It's an old movie.
I'll look it up.
If I remember right, it takes place in the distant future of like 1977 or some shit. But pretty much the plot of it is like World War III already happened and everybody's living in these pods. It came out about the same time as Soylent Green did. Um, but one of the things they do for population control is as soon as you turn 30, you know, you get sent to the next world, which is they
Yeah.
kill you or banish you or whatever. And the main character was like one of the enforcer cops that takes 30-year-olds and, you know, takes him to the next world, quote unquote. And then he turned 30 and then I was like, no.
Well,
Yeah. Also,
well,
Matt's in the comments. He's saying Minority Report was like 8 years ish ago.
is
Yeah.
that all it was? But still, even 8 years ago, we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Or like,
Matt.
yeah,
Um,
or like Terminator, you know, in the distant future of 1994.
oh,
When was Judgment Day? 1997, August 13th. It was August 2000 or 1997 when the world was supposed to end.
you mean the movie that you weren't born for when it came out?
Yeah, but I grew up
That
loving that. So actually, I loved the shit out of the second movie. I didn't see the first Terminator till like I was 20.
oh, with Michael Biehn?
Yeah, that's the best one.
Oh, it definitely was.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, but you've seen all the other ones with like the Christian Bale one, and
I really like the Christian Bale one. I think it's very underrated. It's not dumb like what Genesis or fucking the other one, or
well, I
Terminator
think he's
3.
well, he's a great character actor. I saw him last
Yeah.
night in The Big Short about the real estate market.
No, I haven't seen that yet.
It's good. It's an older movie, I think.
Steve Carell's in that too, right?
Hmm. They got Brad Pitt and a couple other people. So,
Speaking of Brad Pitt, have you ever seen a movie called True Romance?
no.
You should watch it. It's fucking great. Full cast, great
Okay,
movie.
just remember, your viewers need to know that I come to you for advice on shows.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you, a little spoiler alert, you're about 50-50.
All right. I'll take that. No, but
Oh,
True
actually, I'll
Romance.
say you're a little higher. You're a little higher.
Yeah. True Romance was the script was written by Tarantino, but it was before he got into being able to director, so he just did the scripts. And then like when you watch it though, you could tell it's Tarantino. It's just got different music than he would normally use.
Yeah.
And it's Christian Slater and
Oh,
Patricia Arquette.
I've seen that.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Brad Pitt's in that movie too, but it was before he got famous, so he's got like 3 lines, and he's just some stoner passed out on a couch that wakes up and goes, hey man, what's up? Like that's all he's in the fucking movie.
Hold on, I'm looking it up.
But it's really good. Like Christopher Walken's in it.
Yeah, they have a lot of people in it.
Yeah, Tony
You
Soprano.
got Samuel L. Jackson, Michael Rappaport. Yeah, there's a lot of people in it.
Gary Oldman plays a black
Dennis
dude.
Hopper.
Yeah, Dennis Hopper's hosting it. But yeah, but Gary Oldman plays a black dude in it, and they didn't even put him in blackface. They're just like, hey, you play a black dude. And he's like, all right. Okay, Gary Oldman.
Okay, what do you say is your favorite movie?
Last Action Hero.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Hands down.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
And I don't want them to make Last Action Hero 2.
No.
But I do want them to make an absolutely unapologetic like Jack Slater 6.
No.
Yes. I think that'd be fun.
Some things are just better left alone.
Yeah, no,
Do you
speaking
watch
of
the Reacher?
say what?
Do you watch the new Reacher?
Not yet, no.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'm doing I'm like halfway through Narcos right now.
You know what? I think I watched probably the first couple seasons, and then I was like, okay, how many people can you kill and steal?
I mean, there's only 3 seasons of it, so.
Okay, then maybe I'll watch the first 2 seasons. I don't think I watched the last one.
Yeah,
I told my husband, I was like, you can do it.
Yeah. But before that, we watched that show, Fubar. Have you seen that? It's starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it's on Netflix. But it's pretty much like if they made a let's see what happened 30 years after True Lies, and they made a TV show out of it.
Yeah.
And it's not good.
Well, so first of all, I like True Lies.
Oh no, I love True Lies, but
yeah.
it's very Netflix.
Yeah.
With all that entails. But I mean, it was enough where it's like, fine, I'll watch season 2 whenever that comes out. But like, I'm not gonna recommend it to anybody.
Well, I still say, oh, we're really not watching anything right now. I think we're watching the Suits LA.
How's that?
It's not bad. I mean, if you like the original Suits, just a lawyer, cocky lawyer. So that's good.
Okay. Have you seen The Righteous Gemstones?
Yes.
That's a great show. I just finished that last night.
That was good. What's his name? That's the main character. Bridges.
Jeff Bridges? Are you thinking about the Big Lebowski?
Yeah, I'm thinking about the Righteous Gemstones.
Oh, the guy from Roseanne.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Goodman.
saying. I know. I was thinking Bridges in my, and I thought, no, it's not him.
No. Not like John Goodman. I remember him being in a lot more when I was growing up, but I don't know if he was or if I'm just remembering Roseanne. And he's in the Flintstones too. He's in a bunch of shit.
He's in Flintstones. All for it.
Yeah, him and who was that? Rick Moranis.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen that?
Oh, it's a fun kids movie. Have you seen My Blue Heaven though?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorites growing up.
But I love you know why that book cover that you're working on? That's what it needs to look like. My Blue Heaven.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
That checks out.
Look at that. Day complete.
Yeah. No, that's gonna be fun. I can't wait for people to read that. Your book, Family Ties, because it's more so than your other books. Where actually, the last Maddi Baker novel was kind of like it too, in the manner that when you're reading it, it kind of seems like disconjointed, incoherent rambling until you hit to a certain part, and then you're like, oh shit, I got to read this again to make sure I got the whole thing. Like in a good way, and like a Fight Club way, like in a good way.
But more like she got issues.
Yeah.
She's special.
Yeah. And you know, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. But yeah, no, it's fun because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, okay. Hold on. I gotta go start over again. Make sure I didn't fucking miss anything.
Well, I told you the editor did it, and she only did the first half, and she said, well, I don't want to charge you extra. It seemed like it was just duplicate, and I was like, well,
No,
if you read it,
no, not at all.
you'd realize,
There's a lot different. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
that's the whole
it's
that's the whole
it's it's
point.
it's the same in the manner that Star Wars and Spaceballs are the same.
Yeah,
Like, kinda, I guess.
yeah. Oh, well,
Unless you know how
bless
to
her
fucking
heart.
read.
Yeah, new editor. That's all right.
Yeah. Also, that seems to me like it would be one of those things where it's like, do you want paid? Because I'm
Yeah.
paying you to, you know, read the whole
Well,
thing.
we all know that I don't know where to put a comma, and I've come to find out I don't think they really do either. So,
No, there's
uh,
rules for it, but there's like 5 different sets of rules for like how you want to do it. And
I know. Listen, if I didn't have a speech impediment and could say Irish whiskey, I
risky,
probably would do
risky,
whiskey.
Irish risky watch.
Irish whiskey. I probably would do more, audible and just read my own book
I mean, you
because
know, it
better at
wouldn't be that hard.
storytelling than writing.
Just takes that's the beauty of editing. You know, you say it 14 times. All right, this one sounds the best. Splice it in.
Well, well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I did have a person that was kind enough to call me the other day, and I thought they were calling for some type of fundraising thing,
Mhm.
but no, it was actually just to tell me that a word was misspelled in one of my books,
Oh, that's fun.
and I thought,
It's like, all right. Neat.
and I was like, well, yeah, that happens. Yeah,
Yeah, I
thanks
think
for the call.
I think it's funny when people get on that because it's like if you read like any book, there's a misspelling somewhere in there. I
Oh yeah,
guarantee you. You just have to find it.
no, even in the big publishers,
Yeah.
I'll look at it and go, oh yeah, oh great. I'm glad they had the same problem as I do.
Yeah.
So,
And like the only time you get like a perfect polished book is like if it's been out since the 50s and they redo it every 10 years.
yeah.
Yeah. Because like you could be on a third edition of something and like one of the characters' name is Tim, and at one point somebody refers to him as Time. It's like, no, Tim doesn't have an E at the end, but
Yeah, but you get the point.
yeah.
So move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just said thanks for the call. Thanks for bringing that to my attention.
Yeah.
And then he did hey, well, if you need somebody to read through your stuff, I'm good. I'm good, special.
Yeah, you feel free. Go buy my book and then red pen what you think's wrong and mail it to me. We'll do that. Oh yeah, no. Matt in the comments brought up Tiptoes. What the Gary Oldman played a midget in that movie.
Oh, I haven't even been looking at the comments. Hold on. Word.
Great character actor.
Well, you had Matt on just recently. How do you pronounce his last name? Because I'll tell you right now, I can't do it.
I think it's Cups Cacavicious, but like if you kind of slur it, then whoever's listening will register that like they'll put the parts together in their brain subconsciously.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've just been saying Cup mix slap a bitch, and that's close enough.
Hey Matt, I'm just gonna call you MK.
Cups Cavicious. Yeah, okay, all right.
Cups Cavish. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he says that's Lithuanian, but it looks like ancient Greek. Like if I say this the wrong way, does my furniture stop floating?
Yeah. Cups. Yep. Yeah. Ain't gonna happen. MK.
Irish wristwatch.
Irish wrist watch.
See there you go. Whiskey.
2 years of speech therapy. Didn't take too well. It's only gotten worse.
There was a thing when I was at my MOS school where because I would go with the radio broadcasters. Like we went to the same school, we just took different classes. But the way that they would teach them to enunciate, like on the radio, they would have them hold a pencil in their mouth sideways, so they had to talk like this and be very deliberate with everything.
Mm-hmm. So you thinking that's what I need to do?
I mean, if you cared that much.
Nope. Good thing about my age, you just really don't.
Fuck! I lived in the 80s, motherfucker.
You don't understand what I say. I don't care. That's the beauty of it.
Now, all you have to do is have like one friend be like, "Do they all talk like that in Texas?" Yeah, they all talk like that in Texas. Oh, okay, that's what they sound like. Got it.
Yeah, people don't even think. It's really weird when they ask about my accent. They're like, "Where are you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm really pretty much Texas." Really? I'm like, yeah. They don't hear it, so I guess I don't say "bless your heart" enough or something like that.
Yeah, no, it's
I'm
funny.
I'm more of the, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Yeah. Well, one of the things that, like, you know, I have this image in my head every time this happens, but people around here will every once in a while, you know, say "warsh" or "crick," and every time they do that, I stop, and in my head, I'm the Nazi and in Glorious Bastards when the British, when Michael Fassbender was like 3, and I'm like
He was good. He's been good in a couple movies actually.
Yeah.
And what was the series that he just did?
I didn't know he did one.
I'll look it up.
I mean, because he's been in a lot of stuff. He was in. I would say that he was in Band of Brothers, but everybody was in fucking Band of Brothers if you like watch it and look at the people in the back.
Yeah.
He was in 300, but also there was a lot of fucking people in 300. He was Magneto for a bit. He was in a couple of the new Alien movies. Was he in Obi-Wan? Who the fuck was he in Obi-Wan?
I was looking at Michael Bender.
Oh. No. Fassbender.
I know.
He's a quick
That's
bender.
what I'm saying.
He bends in an expedient manner. Or is it Fassbender, not Fast Bender?
It's Fast.
Oh.
Fass. Shane, Prometheus, X-Men, the Agency. That's what he's in.
I haven't seen that. What's that on?
It is on Paramount Plus and Prime Video.
Okay.
It's pretty good. It's CIA, and he's
CIA.
Yeah, just CIA stuff. You know. Yeah. You know that's the reason why I watch it.
Yeah. I want to say I watched something recently with the CIA or the FBI. No. What was it? I think it was called Black Mass, but it was about the Irish mob in Boston in the 70s and 80s, and it was kind of about FBI guys, but then also they dressed up Johnny Depp to be like an old Irish mobster, and like it took like 3 minutes of like, is that Johnny Depp? It looks like Johnny Depp. We sure that's Johnny Depp? What's up? They did some like weird stuff to his face in it.
Because maybe it's just that's how he looks now.
I mean, maybe. He's been in a lot of fucking shit though.
Oh, he sure has.
Yeah. Like I forgot that he was in Platoon until like I watched it again.
Really?
Yeah. He's like one of the dudes in the back. I don't know if he has any speaking lines, but it was like before Friday the 13th, so it was like his first or second movie, so he wasn't like Johnny Depp yet.
Well, I think just because Charlie Sheen was in it, I think that's the reason why I watched Platoon originally. Yeah, that's right. When he was probably at his pinnacle of coming out with a bunch of different hot shots and all those other stuff,
yeah. And why you put like a couple of Navy SEALs in your book, because you watch Navy SEALs and you're like, this is Charlie Sheen and Michael Biehn.
Because of Terminator,
Charlie Sheen and Michael Biehn.
Michael Biehn.
Yeah.
That's why you gotta watch the first one.
Yeah. Dude, I loved him as Johnny Ringo. I watched Tombstone right after Val Kilmer died.
So good.
I was like, dude. Like every character in that is the best character in the movie. Like the best character in that movie is whoever is on screen at the moment.
Hey, I told you that's why we named my son's name Wyatt.
Yeah.
for Tombstone. Wyatt Earp.
Wait, is it Wyatt Earp or is it Wyatt Berry Staff Earp?
Exactly. So I guess it'd have to be the whole. But yeah, that was great. Val Kilmer. That was a sad loss.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
because
it is, though.
who else can say I'm your Huckleberry?
Yeah. He was great in Heat too. That was fucking good.
Oh, awesome! I liked him in The Saint.
I have not seen that since VHS.
Yeah, see that again. So good.
Need to give that another one.
I think all the guys liked what was her name? Elizabeth Shue. Where they're like, oh, because she was right after Cocktail or something like that.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't make a lot of like really hard hitting good movies anymore. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. I'm not going to say that they don't make a lot of good movies anymore because that implies that they are doing it at a different frequency. But you know how it is now, where it's like, all right, this is a bunch of bullshit, and if we're lucky, we'll get 5 really good fucking movies in a year, and the rest of it's just tripe. But most of it's less than that. Well, if you go back and look, like, yeah, there were a lot of great movies in the past, but they were still making just as much bullshit that nobody ever fucking wanted to watch again.
Oh yeah.
So.
Hey, have you watched The Accountant?
With Ben Affleck?
Uh-huh.
Not yet. I've been seeing people talk about it on Twitter, but I haven't
watched it yet. So the new one just came out. I'm going to go see it this weekend. But the first one's great. So, and the second one's got the guy, well, he's in the first one too. The guy from Punisher.
Which Punisher? Thomas Jane or Dolph Lundgren? Or there's like 4 or 5 people that have played the Punisher. Or you mean John Bernthal? Bergthal?
Yeah.
Barenthal? The Berenstein Bears?
Yeah, him.
Yeah. No, he was in I recently watched Sicario. He was in that for a few minutes, and that was a fucking great movie.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yeah.
It's been a hot sec since I've seen that.
Yeah, where they're torturing him in the back, but like instead of like beating him up, like the Benicio del Toro just gives him a wet willy, like really fucking hard.
Listen, he plays a great sadistic fuck, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm here for it.
Yeah. Isn't that sad? We're like, this is awesome.
Well, I mean, there's also that shit where like, you're watching a movie or something and you get frustrated with it because like, say there's, I don't know, a bomb in an elementary school or something and they catch the bomber, but they can't find the bomb. And they're like, all right, well, tell us what the bomb is. And he's like, no. And they're like, all right, well, I guess we have to go look for the bomb now. It's like, dude, start cutting that dude's fingers off. Like, he'll tell you where that bomb is. Oh, no, that's wrong. It's like, I don't know, man. Like, but I guess that's a deeper conversation, I guess.
Wait a minute. Pretty much Texas is Oklahoma. What the hell?
More like Oklahoma. Go back to Tulsa.
Okay, how far did we figure out from Knoxville as where you live? Like 8 hours or something?
What is?
Knoxville to where you live?
I think it's about 8 hours.
Yeah.
It might be 12. I don't know. I do remember that I really, really enjoyed the drive through Kentucky last time.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it was great.
Listen, that's part of the reason why we're moving to Tennessee. Well, one, it's cheaper. But 2, we're actually going to help. My husband's parents live there, and they're getting older, and we're going to go help them out, so that'll be good. But it was just beautiful when we drove there.
Yeah, it's
we could try this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, beautiful country. You just got to, make sure to get a storm fucking basement because tornadoes are a thing. But
oh, really?
Yeah. Last time I was up there, which was kind of fucking awesome. But like they had like several tornadoes touch down, and there was like baseball size hail just fucking pummeling everything. And because of that, everyone, battened down the hatches. And we went to a concert, and there was like 200 fucking people there. And there's supposed to be a couple thousand, and it's like, fuck yeah.
We're gonna power through.
Yeah.
So if we get hit in our head.
Well, I mean, it was inside. Okay. We're all right. And it's funny because the whole time the band was just berating everybody that didn't show up. They're like, thought Tennessee liked the party. Fuck these guys, right?
Yeah.
All right. It was good.
Listen, That's a job to get into. Go into those states, Texas has it too at the Hale. There's roofers. They put in new roofs all the time.
Yeah. Did you see the newer Twister movie? Speaking of that,
No, I saw the original Twister movie.
oh, the original one was fucking great. Like you can't beat
Yeah.
Bill Paxton. The newer one was like,
Who's
is
the
about
guy
how I
that's in
describe
it?
it.
Glenn Powell.
I don't know what his name is. He was he was like the Iceman character in Top Gun 2.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. Like
Um,
I know better than everybody because I've been flying for years. It's like, bro, you're a fucking lieutenant. You've been in the cockpit for 4 years. Shut up.
oh, it is Glenn Powell.
Yeah.
Yeah. So was it the same or was it better?
It was different. It wasn't anywhere near as good as Twister was, but I mean, it was all right.
All right.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, like if I was at the dentist office and it was on TV while I was waiting, I wouldn't get up and change the channel. But if I was at a friend's house and it was on, I'd be like, all right, so we going out or what?
Yeah. What are we doing next?
Yeah. Let's get out of here.
Who's the closest person you know that lives like friend? I mean, how many people are in your town?
Okay, in my town, 150. I think I'm technically a villager. But I have friends that live around here. Oddly enough, there is a guy I was in the Marines with that lives up here, and I didn't know that until I was already up here. And I was at school, and I hear somebody, say, "Hey, Ainsworth," and I'm like, I stop, and then I'm like, no one's gonna say, "Hey, Ainsworth" here. So I keep walking, and I hear it again. I'm like, "Oh, hey, dude, what the fuck are you doing here?" Just turns out he lives around here. And then I got a couple buddies from school that also live around here. But besides that, it might be Chuck, and he's in North Carolina. So
How far is that?
8 or 9 hours.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So it's a little.
yeah, big hike.
It's a little hike. Day hike.
Yeah, no, I got a couple other friends that are about that distance, but they're like also in North Carolina. Then after that, you kind of got to push to fucking Texas or California or Nevada. A lot of them in Nevada, but it's around Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it'd be like that.
What restaurants do you have in your town?
We have the normal ones. And then we've got a few places that have really good bar food. And then we have a really good Greek place.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's kind of funny for that because well, I think Greek food's funny anyway, because like depending on where you go, it's like, all right, so is this Greek food? Is this Lebanese food? Is this Egyptian food? Is this Moroccan food? It's all the same shit. You just may or may not have pork.
I agree.
And you call fucking kebabs and euros different things depending on where you're at, but it's the same thing.
Yeah, it depends on that dill, man. Some put a lot of dill, some people don't.
Yeah.
Out.
Tzatziki is also
Out.
like really easy to make. Friggin', we started making it a couple months ago, and it takes like a minute and a half, and boom. You just have to get a good cheese grater for your cucumber.
Yeah.
But
Have you ever made hummus?
yeah. Also super easy. Like the only thing about it is like around here, like tahini is a little hard to find.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it might be at Walmart sometimes, but besides that, like you're kind of fucking SOL if you don't want to find shit. But I mean, like also
kind of need that to make it.
Yeah, but like also where I'm at, like fucking I got a church and a convenience store and a post office, and then it's woods for 15 miles in each direction. Like my closest gas station is a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of like where we live now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go out you don't want to go out because you're not going out and drinking, and then you got to drive back,
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, Damien gets all fucking like butthurt about that. Where it's like, here in Ireland, I can walk to 15 pubs. It's like, cool, man. I'm not even really in the middle of my state, and to the capital from here, I can fit Ireland between. I'm sorry, dude.
I sent him something on X where, God, what did I send? Hold on. It was pretty funny. Because he's like, no, that's not a problem. I'm like,
Mm.
um, about McGregor over there.
Oh yeah, it's funny because outside of Ireland, people are like, "Oh yeah, McGregor, he's the Irish guy," and everybody I know in Ireland's like, "Yeah, fuck that dude."
Yeah, well, that's it. And he's like, yeah, and you got to, of course, in his accent,
Right.
lie, he's a scumbag. Most of his supporters are Americans. And the next thing I saw was some, there's like 100,000 people, and I thought, I guess there's a lot of Americans there.
Yeah. Also, to address the chat, I forgot. I do have a few friends in Ohio, and I got a buddy in New York, and I'm guessing this is CJ's comment on Texas and Oklahoma. From the north, I'm guessing it's a lot like Ohio versus Indiana, and they're basically the same, but everyone insists they're different. The problem with that analogy is while Ohio and Indiana are the same place, no one likes to admit that so is fucking Michigan, and Ohio and Michigan and Indiana are the same fucking state. And everyone's like, no, they're different. Fuck Michigan or fuck Ohio. And it's like, bro, I really hate to break it to you.
Nobody cares about any of them.
Yeah. I mean,
I
also,
have a son in Ohio.
yeah,
So
no, I mean, but to be fair, like, fucking Mississippi and Alabama are the same fucking state. So
that is true.
yeah,
that is true.
Now, North Carolina and South Carolina and Georgia are not at all the same fucking place.
Oh no,
which is fucking weird because like most other places, it's like, oh, we're gonna put these guys together. Like, Arizona and New Mexico are kind of the same fucking place. Washington and Oregon are kind of the fucking same place. The Carolinas and Georgia. Yeah, the Carolinas and Georgia is like, no, fucking stark fucking contrast.
Well,
but yeah. But yeah, now that we're done shitting on the states, fucking thanks for coming on and having a chat.
hey, hold on. Which states do you still need a war chest?
Which states do I still need a war chest?
Montana. Let's don't talk about them.
Yeah. Montana, fucking Hawaii, Delaware, Massachusetts, Connecticut. It looks like there's either Connecticut or Rhode Island. There's a pin up there, but I can't really see it.
All those states are great states.
Yeah. They're awesome. Oh, Nebraska, and then I think I got the rest of them, more or less. There's another one in there that's kind of weird. I don't think Illinois.
Hey, we growing our hair out there again?
Yeah, I need to go get it cut.
Got a little curl there.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. No, I had to trim my fucking beard off because like I'm doing the thing now where like if the hairs get long enough, they start turning gray, but if I cut them short, they just stay blonde.
You can't tell. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, all right.
Sure. Hey, whatever you do, don't do that thing where guys like do their beard, man. It looks freaky. You don't
Michele,
want people look. You don't want people looking at you.
I am not a homosexual. I will not be doing that.
Well, I'm just making sure. Just making sure. I mean, I did. There was something about that cruise that that was being directed to you. No judgment.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of a fun, like, interesting thing that dudes do where it's like, I want to look older, I'm going to grow a beard. The beard starts turning gray. I want to look younger. I got to shave the beard off so no one knows I'm going gray. Because, like, your beard hair goes gray long before your temples do. And then.
Oh, yeah. How long have you had a beard?
Since I got out of the Marines in 2018. Wasn't really allowed to grow one before that. But if you mean how long could I have grown a beard, like I could have a pretty thick one when I was 20. Did
you ever do just like the goatee thing?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
I don't think that'd look good. I don't think that'd look good on you, but
yeah. No. I've always been a mustache guy. But this is all just because I hate shaving.
I was like, bye, CJ.
Yeah, see you, CJ. But yeah. All right. Well, Michele.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on. Thank you for playing Gladewine in the books, which mild spoiler alert. If you want to hear more of Michele, you can check out more of the Liquid Dew of Youth. It's already on Audible and it's gonna start hitting YouTube Wednesday. Not tomorrow.
Okay, so it's on YouTube, Patreon, Audible
Or you can just go buy the book.
or buy the book.
Yeah.
At Smoke Pit
But if they
Spirit
go buy the book, they can't listen to you. So they have to use
that's
their
true.
imagination.
That's true.
So it'd be like that.
No, that's exciting. Well,
Yeah.
thank you for allowing me to be part of this great cast.
Oh no, thank you for being here.
And you're my favorite. So I know.
It's don't give me attention to buy my shit. Don't actually pay attention to me though. I don't know what's up with that, but something. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night.
Well,